Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. So today we are going to be talking about a case. Please, if this is the first time here, you are highly welcome. Please like, share and subscribe to join the family, and don't worry, you will not regret joining this family. So quickly moving over to the case for today. I have a case of a 3 years old boy that was brought into the clinic by the mother on account of seizures. She described the seizures as jerky movements. During history taking, we asked the mother what happened. She just stated that the child has just been sick for some time, having fever, so she has been given medications at home. She went to a pharmacy. You see the same self-medication I've been talking about. Self-medication, children of God, is not good. Please and please avoid self-medication. Honestly speaking, this is one of the major problems we have, especially in Africa. Avoid self-medication. Anyways, coming back to the child, so the only significant thing we could get was the history of fever, and the mother stated that before the child started having that seizure episode, the body was very hot. Like, so she said she was trying to get something to clean the baby's body, before the child's body, before she noticed that the child was seizing, then rushed down to the hospital. Now, I would not go further into this case, but the end of the matter was that this baby was diagnosed of sepsis because the baby had some other symptoms, including cough and catarrh. But I'm not going to go into that now. I want to talk to you guys about what we call febrile seizure, because that child started seizing because of fever, because the body temperature was very high, and that was what caused the baby to start seizing. So today I am going to be teaching you all about febrile seizure, febrile convulsion, whichever one you know it as. Now, febrile convulsion just means a convulsion or seizure that occurs when the body temperature is very high, from ranging from 38 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, and is usually seen as a pediatric emergency. In the clinic, whenever we see a child, especially a child within the ages of 6 months to 5 years, coming down with fever that is very high from 38 and above, we see it as an emergency because there is need to bring down that temperature. If not, that child is at risk of having febrile convulsion. And now, how does this happen? When the body temperature is very high, it begins to make the brain to malfunction, in quotes. So what I mean by malfunctioning is that the brain works like an electrical, the way we know our electrical appliances, that is how the brain works. So when the temperature is very high, it causes excessive firing of the neurons. So these neurons keep fire. That is what is causing the seizure, what comes out as seizure. That's what causes all those jerky movement, because of the excessive firing that the brain is doing due to increased body temperature. That is why there is need to decrease that temperature as soon as possible to prevent this. This baby already has the seizure episode already. So what we have to do was to abort the seizure and stop and reduce the body temperature. So, but I want to teach Pro something. There are some drugs I call emergency children drugs, which every parent should at least have at home. Even once it finishes, bring it and have it at home. Number one should be any of the antibiotics, which can either be paracetamol or ibuprofen. Just that most times people abuse it. That is why, I don't know, it's controversial. People abuse it, but there is need to have it at home, especially in this kind of situation. And then, if you don't have any of these drugs at home, once you notice a child has fever, the very first thing you need to start doing is start responding that child, expose that child. If that child is wearing any clothes, remove the clothes, get a towel, soak it in warm water, and start cleaning that boy's or that baby's body. The reason why you're doing this is to cool down the body temperature using that external factor. So as you are doing that, you can also give your paracetamol. All these are ways of reducing the temperature before you come to the hospital. Please note, I did not say you should do this and remain at home. Do this to reduce the temperature, then rush down to the hospital, because like I said, fever doesn't just appear on its own. When there is fever, something is causing the fever. So there is need to find out what exactly is causing that fever, and there is need to address that issue. If not, the fever will continue to reoccur. So my people, I am begging you, whenever you notice a child have fever, Please do these things I've stated and rush down to the hospital so that we can assess and help you. At the end, this child was able to recover fully, because by the time we started management and all, the child made a full recovery. But please, we have had cases whereby the child did not make a very good recovery, because some of the complications of this is that when febrile seizure continues to occur every time it's reoccurring, it can cause epileptic disease. Epilepsy is now when a seizure now becomes a disease, like the person now always having recurrent seizures. That's what epilepsy is all about. So to avoid just that simple thing causing epilepsy, please avoid situations like this. Ensure you have your paracetamol. Ensure that you know how to tap a sponge once there is fever, and then rush down to the hospital. Hope you've learned from this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. So we shall see you next time. Bye.